Good morning. Welcome to Monday morning's early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom for your day. Start this week off well, and we'll wait a minute or two for the tribe to begin to show up. Chilly morning out there, but I'm doing sleeveless because we're supposed to get up to 70, so I'm holding out hope. And there is Abigail. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. And people will start rolling in now. And we have a card deck. I have to tell you this. Good morning, Lisa. Welcome. Glad you're here. We have a card deck that, man, I would say it's been years since I pulled a card from this deck. So, good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Welcome. I thought it was interesting. And if you look behind me, good morning, Lucy, welcome. If you look behind me, whoops, wrong way, there we go. You see that I actually tidied up the bookshelves a bit, and the cards, I rearranged and put them all nice. And good morning, Beth, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody rolling in. This is good. Yesterday, I set a timer for 30 minutes and tackled bookshelves. Parted with some stuff, rearranged some stuff, etc. So it was a nice little 30-minute cleanse. There needs to be several more, and I realize also I have way too many books. But I will deal with that. Winter's coming. Then there's opportunities for that kind of stuff. So, anywho, I muscle tested. It was the third stack of cards, and I went through. Good morning, Cindy. Glad you're here. I went through my 1, 2, 3 to pick out which, and it just kept going 4, 5, 6. And I'm like, what the heck? It was the 7th deck. I'm like, was there even 7 decks of cards in that pile? There were. Good morning. Yeah, well, yeah, I get you. But man, when you have to move all those books, but I love being surrounded by books. I've got corners full of books. So yeah, it's one of my things. So actually, the card deck for today is the angel card deck, the original angel card deck. How many of you have ever even seen these? Let me see if I can find the date on these, because they are from way back. 1981. 1981 was the first time they trotted these out, and my version is 2006. So long time ago. And don't often pull these ones. They're very brief to the point. Good morning, Mel. Glad you were here. Good morning to all of you who zoomed past me as I was staring at the ceiling and talking. But I want to also share with you my Deepak meditation for today, because I think it dovetails beautifully with this card. I was thinking, now how do these fit together? Good morning, Carolyn. So the card for today, or the meditation for today, was abundance and the law of detachment. And the centering thought, which really caught my attention. And Cindy, if you wouldn't mind putting it in the feed, I would be greatly appreciative. As I let go of the desire to arrange my life, the universe brings abundant good to me. The universe brings abundant good to me as I let go of the desire to arrange my life. I almost laughed out loud at that one because I'm the poster child. As I let go of the desire to arrange my life, the universe brings abundant good to me. So then the mantra part, Om Anandam Nama, meant my actions are blissfully free from attachment to outcome. Thank you, Cindy. I greatly appreciate it. My actions are blissfully free from attachment to outcome. So it's basically letting go of what's going to happen. So with this card, I think it fits in perfectly. So our card for today, let's do a little breathing though, just to kind of open everything up. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just letting the breath fall away. Now you all can keep breathing. I'll keep breathing too, but not as deeply and easily probably. The card that we have for today is forgiveness. Forgiveness. And I'm like, okay, now how does that fit in with the detachment from outcome? And I went, most of us, when we're in a state of unforgiveness, we're holding the other person, situation, whatever, accountable for something we want to see. We want an apology. We want something made right. We want something back that was taken, etc., etc., okay? So when we're in that state of unforgiveness, we are very attached to the outcome, are we not? So here's the opportunity to detach from the outcome. So the card says, forgiveness. Let go of resentments, judgments, and fears, and reduce your investment in staying hurt or angry. I loved that line. I love that line. Yes, we want them to change because they're the ones that screwed it up, obviously, right? And then we have that righteous indignation, right? Good morning, Pat. Glad you are here. Our word for today, let me grab a hold of it here, is forgiveness. Forgiveness. To forgive is to live in a world that is at peace with human nature. I was thinking, as I was doing my hair this morning, who knows why this stuff comes into my head, but about war. War is such a low vibration activity, right? And what does the higher vibration activity look like? It might be conversation over a disagreement. It might be collaborating on a mutually agreeable solution, whatever. But it sure as hell ain't war, right? So, but I thought this forgiveness one, and this expands on my thoughts about it. My thoughts were, we're releasing the outcome. We're moving forward. We're allowing them to walk their path. Yes, isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Yeah. So I'm going to read it again, but I'm going to stop because there's a couple things I want to make a point about. Let go of resentments, judgments, and fears. Resentments, judgments, and fears. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. So when you think for yourself right now, what are some resentments that you're nurturing, you're hanging on to, you're feeding? Remember that old native story about the wolves inside? And which one are you feeding, right? So resentments. What do you have for resentments? What do you have for judgments? I became aware yesterday as I was talking to two different people, the amount of judgments each of us was trotting out there about other humans. And made the decision in my head, I'm not walking their path. I have no idea, right? Let go of resentments, judgments, and fears. Fears, okay? So what are you fearful about? Because oftentimes when we're operating in fear, again, we're hanging on to an outcome. We're hanging on to how we think it ought to go, and we're concerned that it's not going to go that way, right? Reduce your investment in staying hurt or angry. Again, that's that righteous indignation thing. Reduce your investment in staying hurt or angry. Can you release that person onto their path? Okay, this is the path they're walking. I don't choose to walk that path, but this is the path they're walking. Bless them on their way. I like that idea of blessing someone on their way. Okay, I'm no longer willing to have you in my world, but I bless you on your way. Okay? And then there's also the people who are very near and dear to you who screw something up pretty big, and you decide to keep them in your world. You're not going to throw them out, but things may be different. You are, again, to do the last line, to forgive is to live in a world that is at peace with human nature. I had a client at one point, and he had, I don't remember what he did. If he stole a car or whatever. He was a teenager. And the cops brought him home, and he's standing on the porch, and his dad opens the door, and the cop explains what happened and blah, blah. And they had to go through their thing. Dad brought him in the house. They were already eating dinner, sat him down at the table and said, pass the mashed potatoes. And the kid's like, I'm in deep shit trouble. And Dad was basically saying, yes, you screwed up. You're going to pay your price. Pass the mashed potatoes. We're moving on here. Sometimes those life lessons that come to us from other sources beyond parents resonate more fully. When we really screw up, and let's say the police are involved, maybe that is a stronger message to us. Oh man, I got to shape this up a bit. Yes, and Brene Brown's teaching, everyone is doing the best they can. Everyone is doing the best can, even when it appears otherwise, okay? Because we don't know what's going on the internal operational level. We don't know what old baggage they're hanging on to. If someone is hanging on to a big old lump of yucky, I'm not worthy, they're going to make decisions that demonstrate that lack of worthiness, right? It's not reality. Everyone has worth, but it is how they're choosing to live. And you can't beat it into them with a stick that, no, you're worthy, right? You can say it, but then you let it go. You release it. Good morning, Kristen. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So let's take a peek again. Card for today is forgiveness. Forgiveness. And I'll read the card and then I'm going to read the little Deepak thing again because I just love that. Let go of resentments, judgments, and fears. Reduce your investment in staying hurt or angry. You are doing the best you can. Yes, you are, Abigail. To forgive is to live in a world that is at peace with human nature. Okay, so it is what it is. As I let go of the desire to arrange my life, the universe brings abundant good to me. So there's another little section here where it's a mindful moment. Detach from all expectation of outcome by allowing everyone and everything the freedom to be exactly as they are. Accept uncertainty and witness the solutions and opportunities that spontaneously spring from it. We've talked about uncertainty, haven't we? How uncomfortable that can be for us. But as we practice this law of detachment, uncertainty is going to be a companion we can walk with on our life path. All right? Let's see. Then step into the field of all possibilities, remaining open to its infinity of choices. Yeah, definitely. Listen to it over and over. Pick out the things that chime for you. Put them on note cards. Stick them on your desk. Steep yourself in this information. If this is something you want to make an adjustment with, load yourself up with it in as many different ways as you can, okay? So, there's a quote by Thornton Wilder. We can only be said to be truly alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of our treasures. So again, it's not that grasping of, what I want, what I need, how I need other people to be. Relinquishing the desire to manifest a specific outcome, we allow the law of detachment to work in our lives. We allow the law of detachment to work in our lives. And there was a really cool part in here by Dr. David Simon. It's a longer quote, but it's basically saying the symbols of abundance, bigger house, new car, ornate piece of jewelry, can bring waves of delight, but do not sacrifice the ocean for a few transient waves. Do not sacrifice the ocean for a few transient waves. Commit to a life overflowing with abundance of love, passion, creativity, and meaning, and those symbols will chase after you. They'll be a byproduct of living your life this way. So, let's practice our forgiveness today, especially forgiveness for self. We all screw stuff up. It's part of the process, right? So, we're going to release ourselves from outcomes we think have to happen. We're going to take our steps forward in faith, even when we can't see the whole staircase. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Take a step forward in faith. Practice forgiveness. We aren't going to be holding other people's feet to the fire for a specific outcome that we think ought to happen. Release it. I release you to walk your path. All right? Have an awesome Monday. This is a great start to the week. We'll see what we get for Tuesday. Can't wait. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.